Hi everyone, and welcome to our new module on Microsoft Access. Access is a database application, and even if you've never used Access, I'm sure you've used a database. Here at NCCC, all of our student records are stored on a database, and you can search through the database to find a student's name or GPA or what courses you're enrolled in. If you shop online, like if you shop on Amazon, all the items that are available are stored in a database, and you can query that database and you can find search for items that you're looking for. So you certainly have used a database before. Before I go through the module, I want to tell you that if you recall from the very beginning of this class, I did tell you that you have to have Microsoft Access installed on a machine for the two Access projects. There is no Mac equivalent, so you will have to work on a Windows computer for the Access projects. If you have any questions, please let me know, but this was clarified very early on in the course. Alright, so here's the video you're watching. What's due when always tells us what the learning outcomes are for the module, and also a link to the full course calendar. I'm going to go into the lecture series part 1. It is really important that you watch all of these. This is going to be new information, and you're going to have to watch the videos, and sometimes you're going to have to watch them more than once. But this whole first series, there's several videos. One to just kind of introduce you to databases, introduce you to the objects we'll be working with, the tables, forms, queries, and reports. In this case, this is really an important video. It talks about creating a simple table, but in that example, it explains the different data types that are available to you. And it is essential when you're creating a database that you give things the correct data type, and this video will show you how to do that. And then we'll go into the Who Knew It series on tables and forms. This will talk a little bit more about data types as well, but make sure that you understand this material. And finally, how to sort fields in a database. This material is really a little bit more challenging, so I have provided some additional resources if you want to check them out, if you find they might be helpful. GCF Learn Free. Some of the earlier videos in this section were from there. They have a whole series on Access Basics, which is helpful. And at lynda.com, they have an Access 2019 Essential Training. If you click on this link, you will need to log in with your Blackboard and T-Wolves user ID and password. You do have access to lynda.com through the college for free, but it does require a login. So those are really important before moving on. And that will put us at Access Project 1. I won't talk about Access Project 1 too much because at the very beginning there is a video that explains the project. And then this project itself should look familiar. It follows the same format as previous modules. That brings us into Access Lecture 2, where we'll be talking about queries and reports. Then there'll be an assignment. Please keep in mind you can take the assignment more than once to improve your grade. Some of you are not taking advantage of that. Then we have a discussion, and then a second project. And again, our second project also has a video in there, and a really important video on how to create relationships between tables, which you will need. Actually, let me go back in there again, and just please read everything carefully. The last video here shows you what your project should look like if you have it working correctly. And then finally our quiz and we know that that will open up according to the due dates on the calendar. So I'm just going to go in the course calendar for a minute. And you can see here, right, our ambitious schedule for Access. This will probably be the busiest week. Next week when we move into PowerPoint, there's only one lecture series and one project. So you can see the due dates, very similar to other modules. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know, but please start this early. It is going to be new for almost everyone in the class, and it is going to take some additional time.